I started my career actually in travel tech, which is the tourism aspect of my CV. And I worked for a French company where, although I speak French, I was the Anglophone in management amongst predominantly Francophone management team. I transitioned from there to investment banking, then retail banking, and finally now I'm working in fintech. And I think that, when I reflect on my career, one of the things that I see both for myself and also for my friends and other peers who were building their career at the same time is that it took us a while to really connect with the purpose of a career, right? And the thing I'm talking about is income. So for the longest time, we were working so hard to make sure that people would see our value, would understand that we were worthy of the roles that we were in, and we neglected the income aspect of it. And I remember it was probably probably in our mid to late 20s when we started to have these conversations around money and what should we be getting paid, and realizing actually by that stage that a gap had already started to develop for us as a group, right, as women. And I think for me, that was a really pivotal moment in my career where I shifted from focusing only on my performance to also ensuring that I was being adequately compensated for that. Because, for the longest time, because I'm such a passionate person, I was so focused on the impact of the job. When I was in tourism, how do we bring small entrepreneurs into the net, right? So that they can also access wholesale tourism opportunities. When I moved to retail banking, I was concerned about, who's being left behind. And the whole time, I think it's very easy for us as women to forget that income also needs to keep up. And I just mentioned that because I think, we're going to talk about financial inclusion. And I think when we talk about careers, we would be remiss in not talking about how our perspectives around compensation have also shifted as we have grown.
Okay. Very important point. I think according to the latest report from the World Economic Forum, that gap that you refer to in terms of pay, around 200 years big. None of us, or perhaps a combination of our ages in this panel, actually meets that. But who's trying to combine ages in order to be in the same level of getting paid the same for doing the same amount of work? I think that many women, particularly even the women that are coming behind many of us on this panel, would certainly like to see that day coming in their lifetime. But